So anyway, Moto Dork. Well, welcome to the second official Moto Dork video, which is only taking place 20 minutes after the first one. I'll take a different way home this time. Not going to follow that same route, because why not? Let's take a more exciting route this time. Well, maybe not more exciting, but definitely prettier. Why not? Yeah, it's still a beautiful day. Hasn't changed much in the last 20 minutes. So let's talk about Marvel Studios. Now these guys are making tons of money. Why? Because they're making awesome movies. Now, I have been a casual comic book reader most of my life. More so in my youth, and that's basically because I don't really have a lot of time to read comic books these days. But I'll occasionally, you know, pull some out of my collection and reread them, and you know, I'll read up on current news of the comic book world. I like comic books, and you know, I like mainly Marvel books, but there are some DC books I like. Primarily Green Lantern. Green Lantern was a big favorite of mine. Of course, Batman. I mean, who doesn't like Batman? Never really got into Superman, but I sure did like Christopher Reeve as Superman. Rest in peace, Christopher. I mean, there'll never be anybody who plays Superman like him. There just won't be. You know, that being said, I'm not a big fan of the DC cinematic universe. I'm just not. They're just not doing it for me. I mean, I kind of like the new extended Aquaman trailer. I sure did like seeing him wearing, you know, the classic costume, armor, in that last trailer. I sure did like that. But, I mean, in this trailer, that's what I meant. In this extended trailer, I liked that. But Marvel, man, they're just killing it. I mean, even their lower viewed films, you know, their lower grossing films, they're still killing it. They just are. And there hasn't been anything they've done so far that I have not enjoyed. And you know, I meant to turn right there, so I'm just going to turn around and go back. Sometimes it's difficult for me to ride and talk and think about what I'm doing at the same time. And this guy probably thinks I pull over for him. Probably did. And I'm just going to pull over here and wait for these cars. And then I'll take off. So yeah, MCU, they're just awesome. But let's talk specifically about the last Avengers movie, which was like their magnum opus. I mean, come on. We all know that we nerds are fans of the Infinity Gauntlet series. You know, I bought them when it came out. I've still got them. I read them. I still read them. And you know, there were some things that were very faithful, and I like that. And that again, that is the best thing about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. These movies are being made not by some, you know, foreign studio, not by some group of guys who don't know anything about comic books, who all they want to do is make money. You know, somebody shows them pictures of these superheroes, and they say, oh, well, let's make this movie, and let's let them do this, and let's give them these powers. Who cares what they can actually do? Who cares what these stories actually were? Let's just make some money. Let's see. I mean, obviously, clearly, the guys at the MCU, they want to make money, and boy, are they ever. But Marvel owns Marvel Studios. I mean, that's theirs. So these movies, by and large, are being made by people who know and love these stories and these characters. And that's why these movies are this good. I mean, hands down, that's the reason. And everyone knows it. And these guys, they know what they're doing. I mean, they know how to appeal to their audience. Whereas the people at the DC Cinematic Universe, they may know the characters and they may know the stories, but they don't seem to know how to appeal. They don't seem to know what they're doing. It's like everything just has to be dark. Why? Why does everything have to be dark? I mean, that's why I loved that line in Deadpool so much. So dark. Are you sure you're not from the DC universe? I love that. It's so true. And everybody's thinking that. Everybody thinks that. So yeah. So Avengers 3. Avengers Infinity War. I'm not sure it could have been done any better. I just don't think it could have been. Thanos, the character, the character was portrayed perfectly. He was, you know, designed perfectly in a computer. The CGI was great. The motion capture, perfect. Josh Brolin played it so well. Played it so well, I developed sympathy for the character. I actually developed some sympathy. For a little while I was thinking, oh my God, he's right. He's kind of right. You know? And when he had to, you know, spoiler alert, when he had to, you know, kill his daughter by throwing her off that ledge, you to get the Soul Stone. I mean, I actually could feel the character's pain. And that was something I didn't expect when I went to see that movie. I expected, spectacle, of course, action. I expected to see my favorite characters being their most badass ever. I didn't expect, to have the old heartstrings tugged on. Didn't expect that. But then there we were. It's like suddenly, this isn't a Marvel comic book movie. Suddenly it's like transcended that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. And can we just all agree that Thor's entrance after gaining Stormbreaker was just the greatest entrance ever of all time? I mean, halfway through the movie, I was already thinking Captain America's entrance was the greatest entrance of all time. And then Thor said, wait a minute, hold my hammer on the ground because you won't be able to pick it up, right? So, yeah. I mean, I got goosebumps. I really did. I mean, it's just, and it's the kind of movie that you have to see opening night. You have to experience it with your nerdy peers, because you want to hear their reaction, and you want to experience the movie with them, and you want to react with them. That's why I see most Marvel movies either opening night or opening weekend. Usually opening night, because I gotta have that nerdy camaraderie. I just got to. I have to. So anyway, yeah, can't really tell you how much and how badly I'm looking forward to Avengers 4. Like, I'm really looking forward to it, like, a lot. So, and I know right now there's a lot of talk online about what the title is. I don't know. I don't care. I just don't. The Russo brothers said it would be scary or frightening or something like that. They said something like that. I mean, there are some people saying it's going to be Avengers Assemble. That's not scary. There were people who were saying it was going to be Endgame, but then the Russo brothers said, well, the title of the new movie is not, it's going to be something that wasn't said in the last Avengers movie. And Endgame was actually spoken by Doctor Strange. Something I've just now realized is that, considering the fact that this is something I've never done before, a vlog, that's going on the internet for the entire world to see, something that just occurred to me that I'd better at least halfway know what I'm talking about when I talk about these things, so I don't sound like a moron. So, if my 2 viewers and subscribers notice that I say something that's erroneous, please tell me, so that I may be educated, because I don't know everything, far from it, obviously. If I say something that's where I'm mistaken, something that's wrong, something, you know, that doesn't make sense, please point it out to me and let me know, so I don't look like a jackass. I don't like looking like a jackass. I just don't. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the title for Avengers 4. Yeah, I don't care. You know, whatever they want to do it, just do it. I'm still going to watch the movie. My butt's still going to be in that seat opening night. So, you know. Woo-hoo. Yeah! Anyway. So yeah. I don't know, what do you guys think? What do my 2 subscribers think? I keep saying 2 subscribers, but right now, this is my second video, and I haven't put either one of them on the internet yet. So, technically I have no subscribers right now. I would like to have subscribers. I would like to feel loved. You know, everyone wants to feel loved, right? Everybody wants to know there's somebody out there rooting for them. So anyway, I'm planning a trip. Well, I'm planning a few trips. I mean, one trip is absolutely going to happen. I'm going to Key West. I'm planning another trip, like a weekend, to go to California and visit a good friend, someone who is actually in the comic book industry. Oh, he's big time comic book guy. And then I'm also planning to go back down to Tennessee to ride the Dragon again, which I've ridden it now 3 times. Yes, 3 times. And I've loved the hell out of it every time. And I will definitely get that on video. And put that on my channel. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't I? Come on now. You know what I hate? I'll tell you what I hate. And I got into an argument with somebody about this on Facebook. And I'll preface this by saying, I don't like to argue. I don't like to argue. I have had people tell me, oh, you just love to argue. I don't. I like peace and civility. Oh, well, I was going to turn there, but I guess I can't. That's fine. Looks like they're doing road work. No worries. I'll just keep on keeping on. I don't like to argue. I don't like to fight. I don't. About things. But I got into an argument about this with somebody on Facebook. I hate people who put their turn signal on when someone in front of them is turning. That is just stupid. If you're not turning, don't put your turn signal on. And the argument, there were 2 arguments that were told to me. The first one was, I think the driver manual for the state of Kentucky used to advocate that. That used to be the rule. And I said, no, that's ridiculous. It was never the rule. You're just making that up. And the second argument was, well, we do that to alert people behind us that something's going on up ahead. And my response was, and I think I'm right, my response was, that's what your brake lights are for. You put your brake lights on to let me know you're slowing down. Because maybe you're turning, maybe there's something going on in front of you, makes you have to slow down. That's what brake lights are for. Turn signals, or turn indicators, are there for you to activate when you want to turn, not when someone in front of you is turning. You know? What if someday you put your signal on and someone behind you thinks you're turning, so they go around you, when in fact, and I'm not saying it's appropriate to drive around someone on the curb or on the shoulder when someone's turning. I'm not saying that's appropriate, but I'm saying people do it. And what if someone does and you weren't really turning, and then when the person in front of you turns, you take off and you cause a collision with that car that was going around you? Whose fault is it? It's your fault. It's your bloody fault. Just follow the rules. I know there's nothing in the current driver handbook that says you should do this. This is what you're supposed to do. And really, even if it did say that back in the 40s or 50s or 60s, it doesn't say it now, and that's all that matters. So people, this is a PSA. Do not put your turn signal on simply because the person in front of you is turning. Don't do that. This is almost as bad, not quite, but almost as bad as people who come to a stop at an intersection where there are flashing yellow lights. You're just creating a stationary roadblock. You know, as if some roadblocks are not stationary. So forget I said that part. You're just creating a roadblock when you do that. You're creating a road hazard. That's it. That's what I meant to say. You are creating a road hazard when you come to a stop at flashing yellow lights. Because I don't know any driver handbook that says stop at a yellow light. You know, you slow down, but then you proceed through with caution. That's what you do. You know, you stop at flashing red lights, and you slow down for guys like this. And guys like this, because it's a dangerous job. But my thing came with. Alright, that's not good. But yeah, I guess people think the fact that it's flashing means you should stop. I don't know. I don't know what goes through those guys' minds. You know, it's like if it's a traffic light and it's not flashing but the yellow light comes on, they want to go faster and go through it. But for some reason, if that yellow light's flashing, oh, I gotta stop. I don't get it. Don't get it. Yeah, I don't like this Velcro. It always comes off. It's a drawback to this jacket. I like the jacket, but I'm probably getting ready to upgrade to leather, because as much as I like this jacket and as much protection as it has built into it, it's fabric, and the moment I go sliding across the road, God forbid that ever happen, it's going to rip to shreds. And I just want leather for the safety aspect of it. So it's been a good jacket. I've had it for 5 years. I bought it the day before I bought this motorcycle, but I think I'm ready to upgrade. Yep, pretty sure I'm ready to upgrade. Well, I wrecked them. I'm going to say goodbye. Until next time, you know, I'm going to sign off. Yep, that's what I'm going to do.